Mark of the Ninja is a 2D stealth title brought to you by Clay Entertainment, who brought you Shanks 1 and 2 as well as Eats. Options. Yeah, not much to talk about here. They're fine. Moving on. Gift a friend? Okay, this like opens a gifting page? Huh, guess not. Anyway, both Shank titles were decent, but were largely carried by their smooth animation and art style. Let's take a brief look at the first Shank title for a moment. The problem with Shanks 1 and 2 is that they didn't have very interesting gameplay. They were basic 2D kill everything on screen titles that just looked really nice. Mark of the Ninja amps the animation up to 11 while making one of the most interesting and intuitive stealth titles I've ever played. Let's check out just a little bit of the opening movie. As you can see, the smoothness of the animation never lets up, cutscenes or gameplay. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead here so I can explain why the game is so intuitive. Here we are climbing a wall. There's a guard above. You can't see the guard unless our character can. Even though we can see most of the environment, actual characters are still made invisible to us in a fog of war style solution to one of 2D's bigger issues with stealth titles, making you play much more carefully. You can see when the guard leaves our line of sight, we get a brief after image of him in his last known position, and then we have nothing but the circles of sound radiating from his footsteps to give us a pretty good idea of where he's going, because we're pretty close to him. That makes it easy enough to tell where this one guard is going to move, but when it comes to multiple guards and other characters, not so easy. We're going to sneak past this guard because this is a game much like Dishonored, where I feel you should only be killing guards if you're left with no other choice. In this game, not killing anyone will get you a hefty score bonus as well as an honor bonus. Not entirely sure what those do yet, as I'm still early on, but it feels good being able to trick guards and get by them without ever being noticed. This is probably a good time to note that the controls are fantastic. Whether I played with a gamepad or my keyboard and mouse, the ninja controls amazingly well. Also, apparently he controls time and space because magic tattoo ink. Neat.
More cover. You could always destroy the lights. But shattering one will make a loud noise, so be ready for them to react.
Huh, weird that this light went out.
It's pretty weird that this light went out. Good to see the upstanding tradition of monumentally stupid understatements is still present in the stealth genre.
Run.
But we can take a moment to talk about more stealth features. As you can see, every enemy's cone of vision is visible to some extent. This means you'll rarely be guessing whether you'll be spotted or not, and makes discerning patterns amongst crowds of enemies that much easier. The screen grows darker as you're more well hidden, and glows brighter as you're more exposed. More of that intuitive design I was talking about. Also, like other stealth games, if you happen to get spotted, there will be a last known position after image of your character as well, meaning you can adjust accordingly. One of the advantages the keyboard and mouse has over the controller is that this doesn't happen. The two targets for my throwing dart are pretty much aligned, meaning with the controller it's hard to switch between them. If there's an easier way to switch between them, I haven't found it. With the mouse, you'd simply click on the one you wanted to throw it to. Easy.
Hold on, did you hear something?
Man, the voice acting is really top notch, isn't it? Such brilliant writing as well. Joking aside, the story is actually a lot of fun. The whole feudal Japan style, ninjas versus guards with spotlights and machine guns, makes for a fun playground to wreck stuff in. If you couldn't tell, escaping once you've been spotted is generally pretty simple, at least early on. Break line of sight and stay hidden. Well, it's simple early on at least. In stages just after this, it didn't seem quite so simple, but that's for you to find out.
We snap off a branch to make a weapon. But the tree must bear the wound.
Did I mention you could find scrolls with terrible haikus? Also, did I mention I really hate haikus? What stupid poems. Even more arbitrary and pointless than regular poetry. Check out my new show, Hating on Poetry with Xbob, due out this fall.
We need to make him look the other way. See that door? Don't open it yet. Just lean against it and try to sense what's on the other side.
You hear that, kids? If you get lots of sweet tattoos, you get magical powers. There's actually not that much more to say. First impressions of this title are great. It's good fun, very easy to understand and play, and actually quite challenging. Pick it up.
Go check that out, will ya?
Did I mention it's only a measly 15 bucks?
What is it? Weird. The light went out. I think I heard some. Hey, got it!
I am so bad at stealth games. And with that, Xbob out.